Hello my friends, I hope you're having an outstanding, fabulous day. Today we're going to do a little project. The last time I went on a jumbo ride with Roxanne, I carried a spare battery that I purchased. This 25 amp there. I carried it in this box. I carried it in this box that I saved when I got a second battery kit for the goat. And I put this box in the back of Roxy, just like that, and it fit in there perfectly. And when I went to do my changeover, when I was on my ride, I took that battery out, and then I took the spare battery out of the box. But at the same time, a YouTuber came up to me and said, "Oh, you're a YouTuber too." Because I'm live streaming right now. And he started to talk to me while I was putting the new battery in. And the battery did not fit. And I was like, what is going on here? And I started to push it in. I was like, whoa, wait a second. Check what you're doing. And I added this pigtail in here so that now whenever I change out the battery, I'm actually plugging the battery into the pigtail. And that way, continuously plugging in and out, if I ever screw anything up, I'll just be screwing up the pigtail and not the XT90 for the controller. Redundancy. When I was putting the battery in, I was crimping the battery wires in the tray, inside the tray, because there's a tray in here it sits in. And I was like, oh my Lord, please. I was about 20 miles away from my vehicle, and I was hoping I did not damage the wires, and I didn't. And then on the way down the trail, I just pondered how I could alleviate that. And my solution is I bought this case on Amazon. It's Pelican-like, except it's much cheaper. It was about $70. It's going to fit the battery. And then I bought this 3-foot long XT90 cable. And then I bought these connectors for the ends so that when I travel with the batteries disconnected, I put these protective covers on. So I have these to protect the covers here, the connectors there, and the connectors on the bike. And so my goal is to fit the battery in here. I'm going to put the battery in. I'm going to take some painter's tape, outline it, then cut it out. And then I'm probably going to drill a hole in the case, because my plan is to somehow, assume it's like that, keep the spare battery in here. And then when I need the new battery, I'm just going to disconnect the battery from the bike from the pigtail, and then run this longer cable from the battery in this case down to the pigtail. And I'll either wire tie this or I'll wrap it around the frame so it's not dangling. And then that way I minimize the risk of damaging the battery when I take it out, damaging the cable when I put the new one in. And why did I do this instead of the box? Because getting the battery in and out of that box was a pain in the butt. I had to turn the box upside down, shake it out. And I am frugal, but I said to myself, you're going to damage the battery with all this taken in and out of the box. So I decided just to spend the money, and it doesn't fit as well as that box, but it's more protection, and I'll just bungee it in, and I can still have space to put things underneath. So let's fit the battery and see how it looks. Alright, so we got the battery sitting in there, and we got the painter's tape, and then we're going to take the battery out, and we are going to pull out the foam, cut out the foam, and then we have this top part here that's going to protect it, and we'll still be able to leave something in the bottom there, and then we'll see how it fits, and then we'll figure out how we're going to, because it's a waterproof case, so we'll figure out if we're going to just drill a hole through the side or through, I'm thinking through the side and not through this here, through the side. And it looks like probably a 1-inch bit. So let's get the inside out. Alright, so we did our outline, and then we started to cut with our utility knife, and now we're finishing with our fingers because they're all little squares, and there's a bottom part. So you just need to keep working, which I'll probably actually save these innards. We got the battery in. So there's a protection. And we got the cord right there, protected, and we have the end sticking out. And then that's going to be connected. So I actually think what I'm going to do is just ground out a little bit of this. Cut this out here, and then that'll come in like that, and then I'll be able to close it just like that. And then that way it'll be easier to carry the battery with a handle, and however I mount it in here, because it actually can sit right on the top, and I can strap it in with lashing straps that I have besides bungee cords, because these are stronger, and kind of like how I carried the Girl Scout cookies. Why am I getting away from the box? Because I am frugal, but I'm not cheap like Russ is right, which is where I got the idea about the box, which I thought was brilliant until I tried it once, and I said, no, it's not worth the risk. That battery is $750. That's a 25 amp hour Samsung cell battery. It's a good battery. It's a 17S battery. And is it worth the $70 or whatever I paid for that case to be able to store it in here, to carry it in here, to transport it in here? Yes. Don't listen to Russ is right on this. He's right on a lot of things. He ain't right on this. Get a protective case for your expensive batteries. Now, if you got cheap batteries and you don't care, and even if you have expensive batteries and you don't care, okay, but for me, $750 battery, I'm going to spend money on a good case, protected. All right, let's see how we're going to cut it. All right, my friends, we drilled out, just with a regular bit, drilled out, and then we used it as kind of like a Dremel. We took everything apart, took it all out so we didn't damage the battery. We drilled it out. We used our utility knife to trim anything. We sandpapered it, and then we put Gorilla Glue, waterproof Gorilla Glue. It's like Flex Seal tape as a gasket, and now it's super smooth. And you know how you got it right is when you lock it down and the cable moves. You know you're not pinching it. So now we're safe. Is it a waterproof case anymore? No, but this won't rub, won't pinch, won't bind. And now when we want to go on the trip, have our battery in the case, we have our battery in there, we take off our protective cap, we can run our cable through, plug our cable together. One-handed here. Plug our cable in. Then we put our line in. We can push it down. And then we can have our battery up here in our case. Then you have freedom with your cable, and then we can take it right down to our pigtail. We're going to have it turn the other way though. And then this way we don't have to fiddle-faddle with the cardboard box. Now, I can easily carry my second battery, just like a suitcase. I can have the case just like this, or the other way. Or I can even have it flat like this, and the cable, I always carry wire ties, so I'll probably just bring it down, wire tie it right to here to keep it out of the way, and then when this one's done, I disconnect it, and then I plug up the new one. And then I won't have to mess with that one. And it'll look something like this. Cable wire tied in here. And then this I can have actually tuck it back up in there like the other one. And then I carry those cover caps. I'll put the cap right on that to protect it. So that's going to be my way to carry the battery now without a cardboard box. 70 bucks, 75 bucks, something like that, Amazon. Pretty simple to do. It only took like 10 minutes. The hardest thing is to try to think about how you're going to carry the battery. I got to get the Cane Creek Hellbender Visco installed. I've already been to 2 bike shops. They will not do it. They refuse to do it. They say it's too hard with an electric bike. I don't want to do it myself because I don't want to buy the tools and I don't know what I'm doing. I might have to watch my friend Gary Webster of Gary's E-Bike Adventures video a couple more times. I watched it once. He did it to his electric bike. But I need that to prevent the wobble. But that's how I'm going to carry, and I'll have 50 amp hours for long distance, 80 to 100 miles if I don't go real fast. So, my friends, I hope you got something out of that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not, please smash the subscribe, click on the like, click on the bell. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I love you all. See ya!